Froggy Gets Dressed by Jonathan London, illustrated by Frank Remkowitz, read and edited by Galuhya Gong. Froggy Gets Dressed. Puffin Books. It was Yoto. Froggy woke up and looked out the window. Snow, snow, he sang. I want to play in the snow. Go back to sleep, Froggy, said his mother. Don't you know? Frogs are supposed to sleep all winter. Wake up when the snow melts. No, Yatta, cried Froggy. I'm awake, awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his adlati suit, zoop, pulled on his atasu, zup, put on his analo, zet, tied on his unijakt, zwit, tugged on his atnyanawatsu, zoom, and flopped outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, cried Froggy. I forgot to put on my anhusqua. He flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. Tugged off his atnyanawatsu, untied his unijukt, took off his analo, pulled off his atasu. He left on his adlatisu, and slipped his anhusqualha on. Zip! Then he pulled on his atasu, zoop, put on his analo, zet, tied on his unijukt, zwit, tugged on his atnyanawatsu, zoom, and flopped back outside into the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Oops, he cried. I forgot to put on my adjadawit. And your other adjadawit, added his mother. He flopped back inside. Flap, flap, flap. Tugged off his atnyanawatsu, untied his unijukt, took off his analo. He left on his anhusqua ha atasu, kale adlatisu, and buttoned up his adjadawit. Zut, zut, zut. Then he snapped on his adjadawit. Znap. Put on his analo. Zap. Tied on his unijukt. Zwip. Tugged on his atnyanawatsu. Zoom. And flapped back outside into the snow. Flap, flap, flap. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. He had on his atnyanawatsu. He had on his unijukt. He had on his adjadawit. He had on his other adjadawit. He had on his anhusqual. He had on his atasu. He had on his adlatisu. He reached up and, yep, he had on his analo. What could be missing? Your underwear! Nagode and dakwa anhusqual. His mother laughed. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He flopped back inside. Flap, flap, flap. Tugged off his atnyanaw, untied his unijukt, tugged off his atnyanawatsu, untied his unijukt, unsnapped his adjadawit, unbuttoned his adjadawit, unzipped his anhusqual, pulled off his atasu, took off his adlatisu. He left his analo on, and slipped his nagudye and nakwa anhusqual with a zap of elastic. Then he put on one adlati, zoop, pulled on one at, zup, tugged on one at nyana, zoom. He started to tug on the other and let it drop and said, I'm too tired, and went back to sleep. Zzz. Good night, Froggy.
This reading is a learning tool to help students who are just beginning to learn Oneida, created by a student who is also learning Oneida. Immersion is the best strategy to learn a second language. The use of Oneida vocabulary is used to review the basic Oneida words. They are not used in the proper tense or gender.